You know, I believe coincidences are very powerful things. For instance, the biggest coincidence of this summer might be that the 5th installments of both the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise and the Transformers franchise are coming out. Don't know which one's gonna be better until Transformers The Last Knight comes out, but until then, let's talk about Dead Men Tell No Tales. So Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales, or Pirates of the Caribbean 5 if you like, is about the story of Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann's son, who is on a quest to try to find the Trident of Poseidon, and along the way he meets a girl who is really interested in astronomy, and the one and only Captain Jack Sparrow. And while this convoluted adventure is going on, Captain Salazar, played by Javier Bardem, is hot on their trail to try to find Jack Sparrow and put sweet vengeance against him. And by convoluted, I really mean convoluted. This movie's enjoyable. It's still a really hot mess. But let's start out with the positives, shall we? As always with all of these Pirates movies, the action is really entertaining when it's on screen. And the movie itself, it looks breathtaking. And it is perfectly complemented by the soundtrack. I mean, everybody knows the theme to it by this point, right? Doon 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 doon. Doon 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 doon. Now let's talk about some surprises. First of all, the main leads. I honestly thought they were going to be Elizabeth and Will Light, and they ultimately were towards the end, but they had a very, very interesting dynamic that I've never seen in this pirate franchise before, and I want to see more from both of them. They also gave a little bit more depth to Barbossa than he already had, and it was really interesting and pretty great to see. But there were definitely two parts that stood above everything else. Number one, Javier Bardem as Captain Salazar. And the reason why I loved him is because he was an understandable villain. You knew why he was doing what he was doing, and you kind of connected with him in a way. And the second thing, probably my favorite thing above Captain Salazar, is the fact that at the beginning, they set apart that there was this legend, this myth of Jack Sparrow going around. As if Jack Sparrow was really not going to be a huge part of the movie and be more of a supporting character. But this slides right into my negatives, because within the first 10 minutes they take the myth of Jack Sparrow and throw it completely out the window. I mean, oh man. Guys, I love Jack Sparrow. He's an iconic character. But for 95% of this movie, I was hoping somebody would take a sword, anybody, and just run him through so I wouldn't have to deal with him anymore. And that 5% made it worse, because even though it was really cool showing how Salazar met his demise at the hands of young Jack Sparrow, those scenes reminded me of what made this franchise and what made Jack Sparrow so great. Not to mention that this film takes a few points of continuity from the previous Pirates film and just does away with them. And while this adventure is going along, it's really, really entertaining, but honest to goodness, the biggest glaring issue here is that this film suffers from a couple of the same issues that On Stranger Tides did. Starting with the pacing, this movie could definitely have been cut down by at least a half an hour. And during the course of the movie, we get set with 3 different groups of people, but here's the thing, they're all going after the same object, and one of the groups just does not matter. It's really a big shame. The first film was so groundbreaking. Now look how far we've fallen. But honestly, guys, I cannot look you in the eye and tell you I wasn't extremely entertained by it. It's a high seas adventure that reminded me in quite a few spots why I loved the original so much. So at the end, I'll say that Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales is a casual watch. Alright, as always, it is what you guys say that matters. So have you already seen Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales? And what did you think of it? More importantly, what is your favorite Pirates of the Caribbean film? Leave a comment down below telling me your thoughts. And if you like what you've heard here and you want to see more, click right there and subscribe and become part of the fray of nerds who love cinema. You all have a fantastic day.